Hey guys, Banana Lock here. Welcome back to another Watch Your Realms video. Today we're going to talk about PD manipulation, how it works, and whether you should do it. In my opinion, you should most definitely do it because there's no reasons not to. Like what I always say to my viewers, 1+1 banners are essentially, sorry, limited banners are essentially 1+1 banners, so there's no reason not to, PD manipulate on them. So the heroes on the banner this week are going to be Anora, and then other than that, we also have Talin and Lyra. Not showing up in the calendar just yet because the update has not come through. This is going to be tomorrow, I believe. And there's also going to be some buffs to Anora along the way, but we've already mentioned that. So summoning event preview, we're going to see 20x rates this time, and we're going to get Anora. And then the other heroes that we're going to get is Talin and Lyra. Talin being the first ever tactical mastery unit that we have in the game. So yeah. PD manipulation, how does it work? You're basically leveraging the fact that, you're going to get Anora within 200 summons no matter what. Pop your PD elsewhere and then come back to the Anora banner and get her within the guaranteed 200. So first of all, how do you know your PD? If we go into summons, you click on details, summoning record, you're going to be able to see your summon history for the last 300 summons, and that's going to tell you how far your PD is. So in this case, I got links 9 plus 12 summons ago. So my PD is 21 PD, and that means that in another 179 summons, I am guaranteed to get a legendary again. This is stated here very clearly. A legendary hero is guaranteed within 200 summons, and after you cross 180 summons, that's where it's soft PD, and every one summon you do after that will increase the legendary hero drop rate by 5%. So that's what we're talking about when we say PD timer, and this is how you check it. And next thing, we just prop up this image here. You can see there's different scenarios to take note of, but basically the most straightforward one is the first graph over there. You can see 0 in a PD, so you fresh our PD, and you want to do 180 summons on the Anora banner, and once that is done, you switch over to the Talin Lyra banner if let's say you haven't gotten any legendaries. Pop 20 summons on that banner, and that's gonna net you and Lyra or Talin, hopefully the latter, because she's the newer unit here. And then once that's done, if you pop back to the Anora banner, you summon 20 more times, you are guaranteed to hit that Anora no matter what. And that's gonna be 2 legendaries in a total of 220 summons. And bear in mind that, if you do summon any legendaries earlier than the 180 you summoned, you can basically ignore this chart. But of course, that depends on where you're at. If you're very early still, like maybe like 10, 20 in the PD, you pop a legendary, and then after that you get nothing. They can summon until like 199 times on the Anora banner, pop your PD on the Talin Lyra one, and then switch back to Anora. You get the G's. So second scenario, 160 in the PD. You may have summoned on a 15x or 20x banner for a very long time before that. So you summon 20 times on the Anora banner. That's going to bring you the soft PD. And then you switch over to the Talin Lyra banner. Summon 20 more times. That's going to get you Talin or Lyra, hopefully. Then you switch back to the Anora banner. You summon another 179 times. No legendary. You switch over to Talin and Lyra. That's going to require you to pop 21 summons before you hit hard PD there. Then you switch back to Anora, 1 summon, bam. You're going to get 3 legendaries with 241 summons. And then the last one, arguably the most expensive solution, 60 in the PD, summon 120 times on the Anora banner, you don't get her, you switch over to the Lyra Talin banner, pop your PD there, and then hopefully you get one of them, switch back to the Anora banner, summon 79 more times, still don't get a legendary, then you switch back to the the Talin and Lyra banner, summon for 121 more times. It's going to bring you right into PD again. Pop back to the Anora banner, summon 1 more time, and that's going to net you 3 legendaries in 341 summons. In my opinion, this is super unnecessary unless you really want Talin, because it's very expensive on resources. I think popping your PD the first time is more than enough on the Talin Lyra banner, and then you just use your remaining summons on Anora instead. So 3 scenarios. I hope I made it clear enough. Of course, as always, if let's say you're still confused as to how this works or your scenario is a bit different, let me know down in the comment section below. I'll try my best to help. So basically, make sure that you count your PD carefully. Don't pop your PD unnecessarily, because this is basically a free 1+1 banner for anyone. And do note that if you get Anora early, you're not going to get her guaranteed at the 200 summons again. That's something to take note of. So if you're lucky, you get her early, you should be happy about that. It's not a bad thing that you can PT manipulate, because it also means that you spend less summons. So yeah, that's all you need to know about PD manipulation. Now we're going to switch over back to the Anora info page, and we're going to take a look at our Awakenings. So if you're a long-time player like myself, you have gotten Anora the first time round. Either that or you got Dahlia, or both, because this was one of the limited banners where we had Anora and Dahlia, 2 limited banners released quite close to each other. This was during the anniversary. So if you've gotten 1 copy of her, great, because her A1 is going to get buffed. So instead of this Noxious Breath immobilizing units for 1 second, it's going to be a buff to 2 seconds instead. And then over here, A2, that's the same, going to get flat attack. And honestly, if you care about GVG, then Anora's A3 is where the money's at. 20% magic resistance ignore, that's very nice. It's the same mechanics as Silas, where his ultimate gives him 100% physical defense ignore. So A3 Anora is where you want her to be if, let's say, you're serious about GVG, and given how many unpolished soulstones that we have lying around, this is one potential unit where you can comfortably bring her to A3 if you have Cyrus and Imrat, and it's going to help you tremendously in GVG. Why am I talking about this? Because people may also ask about this banner. Okay, so now we have PD manipulation, all that is done. Should I continue summoning on the Anora banner, or should I continue summoning on Talin? In my opinion, you should always go after limited units first, because we don't know when's the next time they'll come around. Anora is a special case where we actually get her rerun, but if you look at units like Gwendolyn, we've actually not gotten her rerun, and that was in like 2023 Christmas, very long time ago. Some people did not pull for her, and it's gonna come in tricky one day if, let's say, Gwendolyn ever becomes useful in some areas of the game. But all I'm saying is that Anora is a limited unit. Her banner is only open this weekend. In my opinion, snag as many copies as you can, but if you want her to be really relevant in GVG, you need her at A3 minimum. That's my take. A4 is going to be extra penetration, always nice. A5, 20% more damage when units are affected by Noxious Breath, which she does quite a fair bit in my opinion. You can see right here, yeah, when Labor is attacking, 10% chance to inflict Noxious Breath, and that goes up to 20%, and when she does her ultimate, Noxious Breath is always triggered. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Pretty short one. We talked about PD manipulation, how to check your PD, whether you should go for more copies of Anora. Answer is yes, yes, yes. You should always go for it. Because even if you don't care about GVG, I smell that something is coming out with Muntan. I think that they want to do something. The release of Anora skin, and also the fact that they just posted this guide not too long ago talking about summon teams. So they mentioned something here about the Emperor Void. Honor's Gauntlet, we know that that's basically, Void Rift. Sorry, that's basically Gauntlet for GVG. But this Emperor Void, that is speaking to a new Void Rift mode, basically. And they are saying that it's gonna be ideal for this mode, which means that, summoners are gonna be meta there, hopefully. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below. More than happy to help you answer them. And yeah, see you in the next one. Goodbye.